It's nice to finally come face to face.
I know. I feel like I already know you from like social media and things, but like we've never actually met, which is crazy.
Yeah, well, we're definitely going to meet today. So, welcome to my channel. Are you ready to talk all things Bachelor Nation and finally tell your truth?
I am.
No, I'm just kidding. Guys, we have Hailey Malles on the podcast today. She was on Clayton's season of The Bachelor as well as Bachelor in Paradise. And you may remember her as being the first person eliminated on both of those shows. But if you watched Paradise last season, you know that she was an icon and that she made the most of her time because her confessionals just kept playing and playing and playing. And she became the narrator of the first two episodes. So she is a living legend. Hailey, welcome to the building.
Thank you. So excited to be here.
Yeah, well, I just get such a kick out of you. So I'm just excited to chat. So how are you doing? Like, what's going on? How's your summer?
I'm doing great. A lot of working at the hospital and a lot of like gym, working out in the gym. So nothing too crazy.
What do you do at the hospital?
I am a pediatric nurse, so I work at a children's hospital and I just take care of the kids that come there. I specialize in epilepsy, so I usually get seizure patients, but if there's not too many on the floor, I'll get like anything under the sun. So I love it.
Is it something you do like 5 days a week or 3 days a week?
It's 3 nights a week, so I work night shift, 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. So yeah.
Oh my God, how is that?
I prefer it because it doesn't seem as crazy on nights with all the hustle and bustle of like PT, OT, doctors, everything like going on during the day. So it's easier to kind of focus on what I need to do for my kids and like my tasks and not be too overwhelmed. But
Mhm.
yeah.
Fun. Okay, well then tell me about the gym. You mentioned the gym. What are we doing at the gym? Booty squats, lifting. What's the goal?
Well, I initially started going to the gym because I was like, listen, guys, I just really want a fat ass. Like, I'm going to be upfront and straightforward.
Mhm.
And they're like, all right, well, set you up with a personal trainer and we'll get you on the grind. So I was working with a personal trainer every week, and now I only work with her once a month because I feel like I've gotten in like the habit of it. And it's
Mhm.
funny how it's kind of shifted because I initially went with the intention of like getting a perfect hourglass figure and like kind of focusing on that. And now it's just, I care more about being strong.
Mhm.
So like getting like a bigger back and bigger biceps and stuff. So now it's like it's just nice to be a woman and also feel like I'm really strong and like it's something that I didn't think I would be able to do because I was always like the nerdy, like bookworm type of
Mhm.
girl that didn't like breaking a sweat. So it's nice to prove to myself that like I can do something and like be something different than what I thought I was my whole life. So yeah.
That's so cool. I've always like looked at myself as like a wimp too. Like I've always been really skinny. I've never been like the strongest. And like I've always told myself that like one day I would go to the gym and work out, but like only if I had a personal trainer.
Yeah, I feel like it's totally worth the money because it's an investment in yourself. That's how I view it. Because I'm like, you only have to work with them maybe a year and then you have it figured out for yourself. And I've been trying to get my mom on it too because my mom's like, oh, I don't have anyone to go with. Like, I want to get into working out, but I just like don't have the motivation. First of all, it's not motivation, it's discipline. Second of all, if you know you're struggling with that, like I feel like the investment is kind of necessary to at least get started, you know?
Yeah,
But yeah.
okay. Well, I'm sure you've influenced a few people that you kind of influenced me too a little bit. So, I'll get
Oh,
back to you on
yay.
that. I do go on walks though. Like I make sure to walk a lot. So I'm definitely exercising and I eat my fruits and vegetables. So I'm doing something
That's
right.
the most important thing. I feel like you get your steps in out in LA, right? Like a lot of walking, not too much driving out there.
Yeah, I mean, I drive like whenever I need to go somewhere far, but there's plenty of things
Yeah.
I could walk to, like to go to the coffee shop. But like the grocery store, I have to drive to. I'll go on my steps just because like I'm home a lot of times during the week, so it's like I need to get fresh air. But now that it's summer, I go tanning by the pool. If you can't tell, super tan.
For sure.
Where you're in Orlando, right? Is that where you grew up?
Yeah. I'm in Orlando. I grew up here. Nothing's too crazy. I mean, it's really just Disney World. It's an hour to the beach and back. I finally renewed my Disney pass, so
Mm.
exciting times. Kind of lame to be a Disney adult, but there's not much else to do here.
Were you ever a Disney princess?
I was not. No,
Oh, a few other girls
no.
from your season were.
That's our hunter girl. Yeah.
Mm, yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, let's talk about the good old Bachelor Nation. As I mentioned, you were eliminated first on
Yes,
both and both
I
seasons.
know.
Have you ever seen Survivor?
Way, way back in the day.
So there was a girl, I think her name was Francesca. She was voted out first on Redemption Island with Boston Rob. And then they brought her back for Fans First Favorites because she made such an impression. And then they voted her out first again on that.
Yeah, it's chaotic. And I even asked, what's her name? Bachelor Data, the
Yeah.
amazing account she runs. I was like, never happened before, and it has happened a few times before. And part of me was hoping to go back a third time and get sent home again, so I could be
Oh.
the first one to be sent home without a rose 3 times in a row. But I didn't go back to Paradise this year, so
Oh, so there was a few other people who were
yeah.
eliminated on first on two shows. So you don't have the worst, you don't have the record. Who has the record? Did you get that from Bachelor Data?
I didn't get the record, but she listed at least like 5 other people that were eliminated first round on The Bachelor and then eliminated first round on Paradise. They weren't necessarily like first sand, but they were like eliminated like at the first rose ceremony that they were there for. One of them was even Tajwan, because I think she went on like three times total, but the first 2 times she went on, she was eliminated first round. And I don't remember the other names.
Okay, so it's a small group of people. It's kind of a flex, honestly. Like,
Kind of iconic. That's why I was like, bring me back and send me home. Like, this will be hilarious. Like, this will be my thing.
I know. Oh my God, I want to talk about you in Paradise, but we have to like get through Clayton season first. So, like, how did you get on the show, and why did you want to go on it?
This is going to sound really weird, but I was a big Bachelor fan
Mm-hmm.
to begin with. So I had been watching the show since Sean Lowe's season. I know a lot of people don't like to admit it, that they're
Yeah.
Bachelor fans before they go on the show, but like, I'll admit it. And kind of growing up, I was like, I feel like I kind of want to go on that show one day. And then it got to the point where I had graduated nursing school and I kind of had a job and everything. And I said, well, now's the time to do it if I'm going to do it. So I went ahead and like let my friends know, and they nominated me. And I went through the whole interview process, which was during quarantine at the time. So it was all virtual. And then, yeah, they wanted me. So ours was the first season back in the mansion since Peter's season, which was pretty cool.
Yeah. And speaking of Peter, were you guys ever dating? Because didn't you post a picture together and there was a few people talking?
Yeah, no, we were never dating. It was just a bunch of us went for his book launch up in New York City, and I posted a picture with him, and then people started putting question marks around it, but no, that was never a thing.
Yeah. I know. I asked for the people. I do it for the listeners.
You do it for the listeners, and we respect it. We love the
Yeah.
drama. We love stirring a little bit of the pot, you know.
Yeah. So did you love My Page, or have you ever seen My Page before you went on the show?
I had, yeah, I followed all like the Bachelor accounts already, and like it's important to me now that I follow a lot of these because I'm terrible. I have not watched the show since I've
Yeah.
been off of it. So I really keep up with it through like Bachelor Data, Bachelor,
Windmill.
what is that one? Yeah, like all of those accounts that post like memes and stuff. So I kind of always know what's going on, but not necessarily watching the show. Yeah.
Fair enough. Well, I'll always get you for a good recap if you need one.
Right.
Yeah, let's talk about Clayton though. Did you know he was going to be the lead? What was your thoughts? Who did you want?
We didn't find out till last minute who the lead was gonna be. And when I found out it was him, I was pretty excited because I was like, he looks like the type of guy we go for, like athletic, tall.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I didn't know much about his personality, but that's what you're meant to do when you go on the show and everything. And everything that they told us about him seemed like a good catch. You know, they were like, he's really funny, he's really charismatic. I'm like, that sounds perfect. I'm so excited to meet him. I remember like the excitement leading up to it and like all the last minute shopping and like feeling like I needed to bring extra foundation and extra this and that, like just in case I'm there for a really long time. Like, because nobody goes into it with the thought in their mind that they're going to go home so early.
Yeah. Well, I'd say some people probably like go into it thinking they are not even going to make it that far either. Like it's probably both sides of the coin, right?
I don't know. It's tough because everybody in that mansion is so beautiful and like unique and successful in their own ways. And like they all bring different things to the table that it's like, I can't see any of these women going home night one because they're so incredible. But like somebody's got to go home night one. And it really
Well,
comes down to like, did you get time with him? Like, which I didn't. So I think that was a really big factor.
You didn't get any time the whole night?
No, I only had my intro with him, like my limo entrance that I was so nervous for.
What was
I
that?
probably even said, oh my gosh, I had him open a pickle jar. I don't even eat pickles. I don't like pickles. The whole basis of it was like, I don't need a man except for like open tough things, like open jars for me, kill bugs, and like reach super high up things. Other than that, I'm a super like self-sufficient woman.
Mm-hmm.
So that was kind of like the idea behind having him open a jar for me. Which is actually funny that they didn't show, like he struggled with it for a little bit. And I was like, it's not super glued, I promise.
Were you able to open it, or you just didn't try because it was the whole
I
thing?
didn't try, but usually I can't open jars regardless. I can't even open water bottles half the time. So
Do you have a jar
I'll be
right now?
honest.
Do you have a jar right now? Can you give us a demonstration?
I don't have a jar right now. No, no.
Okay, well, you're gonna have to make a TikTok now. I'm gonna hold you to it, opening a jar. Can you do that? That'd be funny.
Right. I've been so off my like TikTok game and social media game. I have not posted since the Taylor Swift concert.
Oh my, yeah, but you have such fun TikToks.
I know, back on it because it is something I have fun doing and I feel like I do have a knack for it, but it's hard to devote the time to it, I guess.
Yeah, but you could come on, 1, 2 videos a week. I'm encouraging you, okay? They're gonna want it. They're gonna want more from
Right.
you after this.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll
Team Hill.
try for you. For you. I'll try it.
Okay, so what were your thoughts on Sally going home on your season? Like, what do you guys remember at the time hearing about her?
We never even met her. So it was definitely weird when the contestant list came out and she was on it because we were like, this girl was not here night one. Like, why is she on the contestant list? It's like that doesn't make any sense. And a lot of the girls were like, that's silly. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, she wasn't there. Like, why is she listed? So, we really didn't know what it was going to show until the episode came out because I'm not sure if any of us had even reached out to her until after the first episode aired.
So you had no idea that there was even a Sally until it aired.
No, until the contestant list came out.
Okay.
So they announced the contestants before the season aired, and she was on it, and we were like, "Wait, what?" So that was all like the first we saw of her was the first episode.
So what did you think watching her on the show?
I remember thinking like, "Why is this taking up so much of the episode?"
Because you're a
I think
Bachelor fan, you should know.
30 minutes of the episode or something crazy.
But isn't that like what the show is? They wanted the drama to hook everyone into the season.
Right. And then in that moment, we're like, she's got to be back on Paradise. Like, there's no way that they won't bring her back for Paradise because, like, it is a TV show. Like, what's going to get the viewers? What's going to get people talking? Like, what's the buzz about? And, like, they made so much hype and drama about her because she's not really a big, like, dramatic person. Like, she doesn't do things just for, like, the cameras or anything. Like, she's genuinely there for love. But then they make it seem like a different way.
Yeah, but she has no, that's fine. She has a shorter record than you. You lasted longer than her both
That's
times.
true. She
like,
didn't make it to the rose ceremony either time.
She didn't even make
at
it.
Least she got offered a rose. She got offered a rose though.
And you haven't.
Correct.
I have something for you. Just hold on 1 second. Okay, we're back. Do you have a feeling you know what I got?
Is it a rose?
Well, because I literally saw on YouTube because I looked you up before. I was like, she's never gotten a rose. I have fake roses. So this is from your time on The Bachelor. Hailey, will you accept this rose?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. And then
Thank you.
for your time on Paradise, Hailey, will you accept this rose?
Yes, without a doubt. Thank you.
I wish it could like actually go through the screen. Maybe if you would have had, do you have yours? That would have been so funny. It could have been a virtual thing.
I know if I had some. I don't though. I'm terrible at keeping flowers alive, plants alive, anything.
Oh, these are fake roses.
Oh, there you go then.
Yeah, because I've done like skits. Like I've dressed up as
Right.
I dressed up as Sally once for Halloween.
Amazing.
Yeah, I did Queen Victoria, I did Katie, I did Claire Crawley. I want to bring my skits back. It's fun.
And like roses are low key so expensive too, like real ones. Like you buy a dozen roses, it's ridiculous.
And then
Yeah.
and then they all die. But some people from The Bachelor, like not that you would know, but they frame their
Yeah.
roses in Ziploc bags for like years to come.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
You wouldn't know anything about that. So overall, your time on Clayton season, were you just like pissed off, devastated, and like what was your kind of thoughts watching it?
Oh my gosh. I remember when I got sent home, I was like, this was a fever dream. What the heck was this? Because filming is so long and like we were freezing at the time. It was filmed during like a cold month and it was during COVID. So like everything, all the doors and windows had to be open. I just remember being so cold and like it was all night. And then to hear that I didn't get a rose, I was like just shocked. And I'm glad they didn't show my exit interview because I was like not happy, like at
What'd
all.
you say?
I said something along the lines of like I should
Release
at
the
least get a
footage.
t-shirt. I should at least get a t-shirt that said like went on The Bachelor and all I got was this t-shirt or something. But Cassidy, I'm good friends with Cassidy. And she was like, I have such a vivid memory of like the end of night one and you walking out and being like, this is bullshit. Like walking down the cobblestone road alone.
So like how does it work when you get no time? Like is it just that everyone was talking to him and it was just too busy?
Yeah, that's kind of what it came down to. So I don't really have control over it. Obviously, if I had control over it, I would have talked to him, but I didn't. So
yeah,
everything happens for a reason, though. But I was very devastated and like upset about it because of like what I had built up in my head of like how it was going to go. I'm like, oh, I'm definitely going to go super far. Like I definitely like this could be my person. Like you go into it thinking like this could be my love story. Like I was one of those naive people that was like, this could be my love story. Like so excited. And then like to have it shot down like right from the get and like be on a plane with your bags like within how many hours was really tough. I was so sad. I had to go visit my grandparents in Colorado to kind of like lift me up and like remind me like I have so much here like in my real life. Like I don't need that to like validate me because I feel like I like let myself down even though I really didn't have control over it. So it was a difficult time. But when I went on Paradise, it was good that I had already gone through that because I didn't have those feelings attached to it as much where I cared. I was like obviously hopeful, but I wasn't going to be broken if I did get sent home because I was like, I've been through it once. I can go through it again. It's not the end of the world. And I had a lot of fun on Paradise because I did like eliminate all that like attachment to an outcome.
That's fair. That's fair. It was like it was still your redemption season. Well, now that Clayton is single and him and Susie didn't work out, could that still be your love story? Could you guys give it another shot?
I'm actually in a relationship right now.
No way. With Clayton?
Not Clayton. Nobody from Bachelor Nation, unfortunately.
How did you meet
Fortunately,
him?
actually.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, Hinge, dating apps.
Okay. That works.
They do work.
This is breaking news.
I know. I haven't even soft launched him yet. You're the first to hear about it.
This is like People Magazine, E! News, Page Six, Zachary Reality. Like this is big news.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Were you surprised they asked you to go, considering you were night one, or did you like express that you wanted to go?
I was hopeful that I would because I was making all those funny TikToks at the time. Like I really was like posting a lot of TikToks about like the show and about going on Paradise. And like, I feel like I did receive a lot of love for a night oneer where people were like, oh, like bummed to see you go. You were like in my top, what did they call it?
The brackets.
Yeah, brackets. And so I feel like I got a lot of love for a night oneer. And I don't know if they took that into account or what, but I don't know. I was surprised, but also just like, okay, yeah, like we'll just roll with it. It was so much fun because I was able to kind of just be myself. And that was the biggest thing where when I was on Clayton season, I felt really shy and like in my shell and like I had to kind of watch what I was going to say because, you know, it's going to be on television and whatever. And on Paradise, I kind of let myself loose a little bit, which maybe I got a little bit of hate for with the lace comments.
Well,
because I was a little bit.
What did you say about her again? That she was like old?
Oh, I said like she's already had her time or something. Or
Yeah,
yeah,
but like
but
honestly, like you weren't wrong. Lovelace
yeah,
though.
but I try not to be like a mean
Yeah,
person.
but that's not even mean. Like she literally was the only person from the show 6 years ago. You're just stating the obvious. Like it's obviously like it's always going to be her time to find love.
Right. But isn't it all of our
It's
times to
always
find
our
love
time.
too?
Exactly.
I kind of just let it fly for Paradise. I was like, I'm just gonna say what I want to say. I'm gonna drink what I want to drink. I'm gonna talk to who I want to talk to because like this is my time. And I did like make a few connections on the beach. Obviously, like they only have so much time in an episode to show things, and like they're great at what they do, like creating episodes and creating a story and stuff. So it wouldn't have
Mhm.
made sense to like show my story because it was cut short so quickly. I wish I had shown more of the happy times because I had a lot of fun, but I feel like they showed a lot of me crying.
No, I just remember seeing so much of you narrating, especially that one episode. Like you had
Yeah.
so much camera time. And remember, like I was living for it on my Twitter, on my TikTok. I was like, this is Hailey's season. We are Team Hailey. Like I was so excited. What was that like watching it back? Being like, wow,
Oh,
like
it was anxiety inducing. I was like, why is
yeah,
my face not leaving the screen right
would
now?
not
I
leave.
was like, I'm uncomfortable. Like, show somebody else.
We didn't
I'm like here and there, like, let's have a snippet, but like it was nonstop, like that second episode.
nonstop. But I think that's like a good thing because they knew you had a personality, but you just, I guess you weren't part of the story, but they still wanted to incorporate you because you really were hilarious.
Yeah, thank you.
You were so funny. We were cracking up. Me, remember, I used to work at Shared News and we would do the recaps of all the episodes, and we were always Team Hailey. Even on Clayton season, we were like, we just thought you were so funny.
Yeah. I remember like listening to your podcast and then your little YouTube video that you did about the episode too. And you guys were just like hyping me up. And I was like, this makes me feel so good and like seen right now.
And we saw you.
At the same time, I feel like I did get a lot of like, I don't know if hate is the right word because I don't want to say that it was like hateful, but a lot of like people being like, who is this girl just like coming in here? Like nobody knows her, which is fair. But at the same time, I'm like, okay, let's all just like be excited for the new girl. Okay. Let's give her some props for getting here. Okay.
Yeah, I can understand like why you would look at that like sometimes, but I also feel like Twitter and like the nation, they're really sarcastic. Like I think they're just like teasing with love.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
just trying to be funny. They're like, who is this? And like you just wouldn't get off the screen, but you were a night oneer. So like everyone's just like, how did she become the star of the show? Just like instantly.
Right. And they're like, oh, she must be big in the season if they're giving her this much airtime from the beginning. Nope.
I was
Sorry,
like,
guys.
I think I hashtagged Hailey for Bachelorette. Like there was a campaign going around. It was there.
That would be a sight to see. I
Mm-hmm.
don't think I could handle it. I think that would be too much pressure. I'm not a good decision maker.
Yeah.
I don't know, like props to the bachelors and the bachelorettes because like decision making and like cutting people must be so difficult. Obviously, I know like you obviously can have a spark from the beginning and know certain people you want to keep, but also eliminating. I'm too much of a people pleaser. I would probably be like, I don't want to hurt these people's feelings.
Mm-hmm. Are you watching? You're not watching Charity season. Are you like keeping up at all?
I'm keeping up on social media. So with the memes and like recap videos and things. So, you know, I've seen the guy with like the earrings
Mm.
and like the dude who took a nap and the dude who was
Mm.
knitting and like things
Yeah.
like that. So I just see little like pieces on my timeline
Yeah,
just so
fair
I'm
enough.
kind of in the loop.
Yeah, yeah. Who is your favorite bachelor of all time since you've been watching since Sean's? Who's your favorite bachelorette? And then who is your favorite couple?
Favorite bachelor. It's tough because I'm a big Sean, Lowe, and Catherine
Yeah.
fan, but theirs was the first season that I watched. And I just love like their family. I think he's so funny and she's so funny and their kids are adorable. And like, so from that perspective, loved it. But like the most dramatic Bachelor season, I would have to say Pilot Pete.
Mm.
Like that season was wild and it was
Yeah.
so entertaining to watch. And it was like, oh my gosh, like why is he choosing this girl? But it was also like fun to watch because it's fun to be like, dude, what the heck is happening?
Yeah.
And then favorite bachelorette, I love Hannah Brown.
Mm.
I think she was great.
She's an icon. I got to interview her last year. at the Special Forces carpet when she was on that show. And I was just like, wow, this is bucket list.
That's so exciting. I think did I see on Instagram that Tyler Cameron is also doing the Special Forces thing?
The word on the street is that Tyler is doing it, Nick Viall, and then I don't know if you watch Vanderpump Rules, but Tom Sandoval. Those are like the three names that we seem to have.
So that'll be a big season for that then.
Yep. So
Hannah kind of broke the ground with that though, Bachelor people going on that show.
She did. And Ashley I is actually going on Stars on Mars. She just got announced this week.
Exciting.
Yeah, it's so exciting because I work for Fox. So whenever they can bring any Bachelor Nation people over, I get so excited. I'm like, yes.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. I know a lot of people have talked about too, like being interested in, I don't know what TV channel does this, but the Big Brother thing.
CBS.
Mm-hmm.
Would you ever go on another show?
I don't know, like maybe something like that, like a competition type, but obviously nothing dating, I don't think. Yeah. I don't know. But also that's hard to say because I'm in a relationship right now and I'm like in that mushy-gushy phase. I'm like, oh.
I want to see you on Traitors. Have you ever seen Traitors on Peacock? Oh, you'd be so good on that show. Ari was on it last season. It's basically like 3 people go undercover and like eliminate people each night, and the people who aren't traitors have to like figure out who the traitors are and eliminate them before they get eliminated.
Oh, that sounds chaotic and fun. The Bachelor does show you a lot of like how TV actually runs, and because you obviously only see so much, which was really eye-opening. So that's why I think like having been on the show in the first place and then going back to Paradise, it's a lot easier because you're like, okay, I already know what to expect. So I feel like also going on a different type of competition show would be kind of the same thing where you're like, okay, I know how interviews work. I know like how things are kind of run, and they're making a TV show at the end of the day.
Did you go to the Women Tell All or the Bachelor in Paradise reunion, or did they not invite you to those? Neither?
I wasn't invited to either.
Which one would you have wanted to be at if you could pick?
Probably Bachelor in Paradise because I feel like I had more connections there, friendship wise. I was talking to Genevieve a lot as a friend when I was there. I was close with. I've hung out with Hunter quite a few times, and obviously all the guys, like I love them. Like Andrew Spencer is amazing. Michael A is super chill. Like all the guys. And at the time when Brandon and Serene were together on the beach, I remember them just being like, they were a power couple from the beginning. And I remember them just like being so encouraging to me and being like, oh my gosh, like I'm so sorry. Like when Logan got the date card, or Shanae got the date card and asked Logan, and I think Brandon immediately looked over at me and he was like, are you okay? And like they were just so sweet and supportive, and like I just feel like everybody on Paradise is so incredible. So I would have wanted to be at the Paradise reunion for sure. Clayton season, I wasn't there long enough to really, have a say in like things that had happened during that season.
I mean, and neither was Sally, but they still made sure she was there. What did you think? What did you think of Brandon and Serene breaking up? I feel like that was like really shocking.
I was shocked by it too because I don't really speak to them, in real life, unless like I happen to see them when we're all out in San Diego or something like that. But I haven't seen them since Paradise, so I found out about it through social media, and I was kind of sad. But also, I can understand that maybe the pressures of like having a public relationship must be difficult, and transitioning into like a real life, like all the stressors that come with real life that you don't think about when you're on the beach. And it is sad because I feel like I did see a little bit of their love blossom from the beginning, and I always wish the best for people, and I hope that like it works out. So it was like sad to see.
Yeah,
but hopefully they're both thriving and happy right now if it didn't work for them.
For sure. What do you think was like the saddest Bachelor breakup for you as you've been watching since Sean's season? Which one just like really tore you apart? Like Ben Higgins and Lauren, Peter and Maddie.
I'm trying to think about all the seasons that I watched. Who was I really? Oh, Tayshia
and Zach.
Yeah, I loved Tayshia's season. I almost forgot about her season. I thought her season was so good. I thought she was an incredible bachelorette. And I just thought her and Zach were so good together. And I don't know, I just loved them. So it was sad to see them break up.
It was so sad for everybody. I can't wait for Tayshia to write like a memoir one day. I feel like we're all waiting for it.
Oh yeah, I would read it. She's great. I think I saw something else on like Instagram about her looking at rings with a man that she's dating.
Yeah, I did see that too. but who knows?
any merit to it.
Anyone could just look at rings with someone, right?
Right. I'll take my boyfriend to go look at rings with me.
For sure. Okay, well, overall, your time on The Bachelor has come to an end. We're never going to see you on another show. You have a boyfriend now. What did you learn from the experience?
Honestly, I learned a lot because in my head, I had always had it kind of on a pedestal of like something that I wanted to reach. Like I said, I was a Bachelor fan from early days. And I was like, I'm going to go on this show one day. It's going to be incredible. Like, I'm going to find love and like be like this social media presence if I'm lucky too. And like have like everything all together. I know a lot of people don't talk about that part of it, but like it is part of it. And I was like, oh, like this is gonna be great. Like that would be perfect for me. And kind of realizing over the past year or so that like it wasn't really as fulfilling to me. Like even when I would go to like the parties with everybody from the franchise and like going on a yacht and like there was a lot of alcohol involved and like it was like a constant like trying to prove that I was somebody or like make my presence known and like be liked by people, that it wasn't really my scene. So obviously there are people from the franchise that I am still close with, like Sam Jeffries and Lindsay Dobbs and Ivana Noble and all of them, and Cassidy Timbrooks, obviously. But now I'm just kind of like experience. I've gotten a lot of really good friendships, and I'm not really interested as much anymore in trying to be involved in like the image that I put out to the world, or like I need to be at this event because everyone who's anybody's going to be at this event, and I need to go here because this person's going to be here, and then I can take a picture with them. Like, not having that so high up on like what's important in life, because now it's like I'm content here at home, and like at the end of the day, I'm kind of a homebody, and I like reading my books and going to the gym and like taking care of my kids at the hospital, and like that's fulfilling to me. And like it was something that in my head was really built up to be such a big thing and important, and now it's like that's not really what's important. Like what's important, like the core friendships that I build, what I have in my life, and like what I'm doing in the way that I can impact the world in like a positive way, and like not just about like posting ads or that I'm with like full person.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think that's a really great perspective to have because, like, you know, chasing Bachelor Nation success and love, like a lot of people do, you know, it doesn't always work out for everybody. And it's could be seen as like high school sometimes, and reality TV is, you know, a whole nother world. So I think that's great that you like got a taste of it. You had your worldman, you grew from the experience, and now you're back to doing what you love, and you're dating a new guy, and everything seems to be great. So what do we have coming up? Like, what is your summer looking like? What are some of your, you know, short-term goals?
I have a lot of weddings to go to over the next few months.
Cool.
And I've just been really busy, honestly, in my relationship. He has 2 kids of his own, so it's a lot to kind of transition to. I volunteer at my church all the time now. I work with the high school kids there, which is really fun for me because I get to be a leader in that way.
Cool.
And yeah, nothing else too crazy. I also gave up alcohol this year.
What? You're sober?
So yeah, I wanted it to be a New Year's resolution, but then I slipped up on January 8th. So as of January 8th, I am.
You're gonna do the whole year?
So I wanted to do a whole year just as a challenge for myself because I'm naturally a very shy like person. I have a lot of social anxiety, so I felt like I leaned on it a lot more than I should just to facilitate conversation and things like that. And then I got to the point where it was like, am I in the environment I need to be in, or am I having to drink to have a good time? Like if I have to drink to have a conversation with this person, is this even somebody I should be having a conversation with? And trying to like rewire my brain into like being more picky about who I spend my time with and like the type of events I go to that are, you know, life-giving rather than draining emotionally and like energetically. So
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
it sounds like you give back a lot, and that you have a big heart, and that you have a good head on your shoulders. So I'm glad that everybody kind of got to know you a little bit deeper than the girl who was eliminated on night 1.
I mean, I love that title too, but yeah.
Well, that will be the name of the podcast.
I respect it. I'm here for it. Support it.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining. Really appreciated you. Where can everybody follow you? because they're all going to be running to your TikTok immediately now, obviously.
So my TikTok, actually, I don't remember what my TikTok handle is.
I'll
I
put
think
it in
it's
the
still
link
Hales,
below.
yeah.
Okay.
I'll put it in the link below, and then my Instagram is just my name, Hailey Malles. So yeah.
I love it. Okay, well, everybody go check out Hailey, and thank you all so much for listening or watching. Do not forget to give this video a thumbs up, leave a review, and subscribe, and we will see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Bye.